Alberta continues to have one of the highest rates of domestic violence in the country, with at least 18 femicides already this year. So what can we all do to address this?
To recognize that misogyny is still thriving, and people should think about really how much that costs us.
On the 32nd anniversary of 14 women killed in the École Polytechnique massacre simply for being women, the executive director of the Alberta Council of Women's Shelters wants to highlight a case closer to home. It took 10 years for Cindy Glaju to get justice after she was found dead in Bradley Barton's hotel room. The trucker only sentenced this summer with manslaughter in a second trial after the first gained widespread legal criticism and outrage for reference to Gladu as the prostitute or native.
That trial really dehumanized her and has the Supreme Court strongly condemned the use of racist and sexist stereotypes about Indigenous women. But it's an example of how misogyny plays out.
But before the violence reaches the point of death,
We also have a legal system that doesn't take women's risk into consideration. It's kind of like, call us after he hits you or kills you, right?
Jan Reimer reminds domestic abuse doesn't always result in bruises.
Tell the cops now it's not too late.
And say what, that he didn't hit me?
And while the recent Netflix drama Made helps bring more awareness to financial and emotional abuse, the on-the-ground reality for shelters in Alberta, they were turning people away due to capacity before the pandemic. And with more Albertans staying home through health restrictions, this creates strain on couples and increases domestic abuse. But shelters also hit with less capacity due to health restriction.
So there isn't the same kind of system support that was already stretched pre-pandemic.
But Reimer says there is some hope, noting how the National Child Care Plan is a big win for 2021.
Where they're able to leave, afford childcare and work. Makes a big difference, I think, in women and, their exit strategy and how they're planning and what they're planning to do.
If you or anyone you know suspects they're dealing with domestic abuse, there is help out there. At the bottom of your screen, you'll find the website for the Alberta Council of Women's Shelters. In Edmonton, Carly Robinson, City News.